You know, this is a very special and unusual year in terms of election, not only locally but nationally. So, speak to us to why voting is so important on every level.
Well, I think this year is the most exciting year in the history of the United States of America for voting, and all the way from the top of the ticket for the President of the United States to races such as mine, a local Metro Council race. And it's so critical for everyone who's eligible to vote to make sure they're registered to vote. And we need to make sure we have our registrations in before 4 o'clock on October 11th to vote in this November 8th election. But all votes matter all across this nation. And I truly believe that together we really do create great American cities all across the country. And the best way for everyone to express their views and opinions and to be heard is in that voting booth. And this is a right that we have been given, and it is something that I fight for and want to protect for everyone. So I want to ask and encourage everyone who's eligible to vote, make sure you're registered. And if you're not sure, you can go to govoteky.com and here in Kentucky and make sure that you are registered to vote. We are in some very challenging and difficult times. Lots of opportunity for our country and for our Commonwealth and for our local community. Right now, we need to protect as many jobs as we can. We need to expand and grow jobs. We have a choice before us. Are we going to build bridges or are we going to build walls? What are we going to do about the college debt? What are we going to do about all these young folks and second generation folks who've decided to go back to college, but the debt is so high they may never be able to come out from under that? We have a chance to say something about that in this election. And how about health care? I think the number one crisis in the United States of America is our health care crisis. And when I talk about health care, I mean mind, body, and soul.
Sure.
And everyone in America deserves to have the finest health care available because we have it in our country. Our votes will say something about that.
So, you know, when you're speaking of the election from not only local but from a national level, what do we say to these young kids who feel like that they're first time voting, that they're disenfranchised? How do we bring them back into the fold?
Well, I think we bring them back in the fold by never giving up on them, never assuming that they don't want to be engaged, and we constantly should be instilling hope in the hearts of every young person we meet. The thing that I see so often when I'm walking in neighborhoods is lack of hope and a sense of apathy. And what I tend to do when I encounter that is I smile a lot, like you do, Max. And it's amazing. If you just smile at a young person, anyone for that matter, they'll smile back as a rule. I have stories all over District 4 that I can share with you where I met hopeless young folks who, when we walked away, they were going, "Mama, that lady said I was going to be president of the United States." And then when I drive by in a few days or weeks in my little car that has my name on it, I'll see the kids out there saying, "I'm going to be the president." That's instilling hope. Is it a false hope? Absolutely not. You know, District 4 is a diverse and large geographic district, and we go from the river all the way to 24th Street, come up to Broadway, cross on over several blocks to Date Street, not too far from where we're standing, and then go all the way up. The entire downtown business core is in District 4, as well as Smoketown, Shelby Park, Butchertown, Phoenix Hill, Merriweather, parts of Germantown, parts of Snitzelburg, Paristown Point, parts of California neighborhood. We have one of the poorest zip codes in the entire United States of America right here in District 4, and we need to recognize that reality and accept the responsibility to reshape this district one person at a time, and I know we can do this.
And you seem to have just this effervescence about you. You have the energy. Where do you get the energy to continue to do all of these great things that you want to do and just to stay so engaged into the community like you do?
Well, thank you for acknowledging that energy is a great thing. Some people say, "Barbara, just being with you wears me out." I believe that we're a long time dead when the time comes, and we need to get busy, and we owe it not just to ourselves, but we owe it to our brothers and sisters, regardless of who they are and where they are in life, to make life better. Everybody wants the same thing. Everybody wants to have a better quality of life and an opportunity to raise their family however they define that. And so my energy comes really from my grounded faith and my grounded belief. I really, truly believe in something much greater than myself. A much greater, more powerful being has made all this possible, and what an amazing gift we've been given. We just need to reorder some of the things in our community so that there is equality on every level for everyone, and I will not sleep. I will not take that dying breath until I know I've spent every minute of my life trying to make it more equal for everyone.
Well, Barbara, I think you're doing a great job, and we'll look forward to you on November the 8th.
Faith? Yes. And Max, what I want to say is I want to make sure that if you're registered to vote, let nothing get in your way. Please vote on November 8th. The polls will be open in Jefferson County from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. And if you're not going to be in Jefferson County or you can't get away from your obligations during that time, please contact the Jefferson County Clerk's office and get an absentee ballot, which you can do that. Or you can go over to the Edison Center at 701 West Ormsby Street and vote early. Folks are voting early right now, Monday through Friday. I ran into some folks on the street the other day, and they said, "We voted for you, Barbara." And I said, "You did? That was in May." And they said, "No, we voted early because it's important. So let nothing get in your way."
You know, it was very energizing and almost overwhelming talking to Barbara
Yeah.
because she has so much energy and she's so committed to this community.
She is. That's how I know her. Totally active in the community.
Right. And one thing that she was talking about, the importance of voting,
Oh, yes.
because your vote does make a difference.
Yes, it does.
So if you haven't registered to vote, make sure that you do get out and vote, because not registering and not voting, you're still voting for the other candidate.
That's it.
So make your vote count. We'll take a quick break and back with more right after this.